While South Africans living abroad are voting today, and South Africa is one of the few countries on the African continent that actually allows its citizens abroad to participate in elections, and voting stations abroad commenced at 7 a.m. and will close at 7 p.m. From Bern in Switzerland, let's welcome Jelena Duza. Jelena, thank you so much for joining us. Now, you are joining us all the way from Bern in Switzerland. Talk to us about your experience and why it is so important for you to exercise your democratic right and vote, even though you are not in the country at this moment.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. And let me tell you, I've been living here in Switzerland for 5 years now. And many times people will ask me, do you ever plan to move back to South Africa? And I tell them, yes, but only for holiday. And I hope that in the future, I will have the opportunity to say, absolutely. And this is really why I feel like going to vote today is a really important opportunity to empower myself, to hold our politicians to account and have a say in the direction that I would like to see our country go in. So that one day I can positively say that I would love to go back to South Africa and have a life there again.
Talk to us about what influenced you, Jelena, to make the decision to vote, and particularly who you're voting for, even though while you are in Switzerland, a lot has gone on in the political space in this country. We've got an emergence of new as well as breakaway parties. I'd also like to just understand, how are you accessing all this information around all these political developments so that you actually ensure that you make an informed choice when it comes to who you are choosing to make that change?
Look, I might be living far away abroad, but I do make sure that I'm always up to date with the developments in South Africa. So I'm linked up to the different media channels I follow on social media and make sure that I know what's going on abroad. So this helps to keep me informed on who I should vote for and what opportunities there are to keep myself informed on how we can make a change for our country.
Let's talk about those challenges you'd like to see addressed, particularly in this country, Jelena, even though, of course, you are still in Switzerland.
So yesterday I opened up the news and I saw that our unemployment rate was at 33%. And I know that our youth unemployment rate is even higher. And often when I have conversations with people here and they ask, how is South Africa? I often try to remain optimistic, and I tell them about the incredible country that we have, our people, our nature. But inevitably, the conversations do go to our crime, the state of our economy, and these inevitable factors that do make many of us want to go abroad. So I would like to see South Africa to be a place where many of us would be proud to go back, and that the new government can be able to tackle some of those crucial challenges around unemployment, inequality, and also address the challenges we have with our infrastructure, particularly around load shedding and other issues that we've been seeing progressing over the years.
Jelena, I wanted to find out, if you've kept tabs with the various political parties, as of course they started with their campaign trails, as of course we started the countdown towards the 29th of May. So talk to us about today, though. How has the voting process been for you when you got to those voting station? How was the readiness in terms of the voter material, as well as your general assessment and as well as experience in voting today? And what message then can you give those South Africans that are here at home as well as abroad who do not see the need to exercise their democratic right and actually participate in the upcoming poll?
Look, I think it's important to acknowledge that many of us will just say, well, it's just my vote. What difference does that make? But that's also a bit of a dangerous thinking, because it forces many of us into complacency. So if we just want to be abroad and complain about the issues that we're seeing in our country, then we should also accept the situation as is. So I think it's a huge responsibility that we should acknowledge and go and vote, because then we can say, at least I've tried to make a change and hold our politicians to account. I am going to vote this afternoon, so I haven't been at the voting station. But after I cast my vote, I will be volunteering to also observe the election, and I will stay for the counting. So also just to make sure that we have a free and fair election here in Switzerland as well.
Jelena, thank you so much for that contribution this afternoon. A very informed South African citizen residing in Bern in Switzerland there, Jelena Duza. As you hear, of course, she's well up to date with the current political developments as well as challenges that are currently plaguing the country. And she says she's got more than enough information that she's gathered through keeping touch and tabs with the information that is coming from South Africa through various means, be it your social media, your news agencies like your SABC News as well, where she is able to then make that informed choice later this afternoon.